technology. Give learners a thrill. Deep Dive Monday to the tech solutions. Deep Dive Monday. Step by step, we're revealing how to...
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our Deep Dive Monday. Today, Valentine and I are here, and we're going to go over some of the things that we thought were interesting at TCEA. We attended earlier in February. It's the technology conference that Texas holds every year. And so we just have some interesting takeaways for you today. We do have the session number 405232. If you haven't registered, please do so. And then you can check in with the remote check-in code PSJA Tech. And if you have questions, just put them in the chat. We'll get to those questions and hopefully we can answer all those for you. You can scan this QR code here for the slides today or click on the link. I did put the link in the chat as well for these slides. So like I said, today we're just going to show you some of the things that we discovered at TCEA. Most are new, some are refreshed, and they have new aspects to them, some of the tools we've seen for a while, but they're all goodies, all good tools.
Yeah, and it was great for connecting being at TCEA this year. I feel like we met a lot of interesting people and learned a lot.
We did. And one of the hot topics, of course, was AI, artificial intelligence. That's really been a big focus in instructional technology in the last couple of years as it's developing. A lot of the tech tools now include some aspect of AI.
Yeah, and they keep on adding more AI every single tool and adding different tools within the AI tools, which makes it more interesting learning about it.
Yeah, so one we saw, this was brand new, it's just being developed in the last maybe year or two, is Kira. And we really liked this tool because it kind of combined everything into one. It had the planning, it had assessments, grading, and it included like student data and support and such personalized support for the students. So this one was a pretty cool tool. Yeah. They do have a kickoff going live on March 3rd. So if you're interested, the link is here for you to join and listen in and see what all the new stuff with Kira is.
And that kickoff, is that for the 2.0, Debbie, or what was that for?
Yeah, it says Kira 2.0 goes live. So it's just starting, like, I guess it's the second version of what they've been, developing. And like I said, it generates curriculum, assessments, student learning. Now, it is free for teachers. However, it's not free for students.
Oh, got it. So they have to, if they're going to have to use it with the students, that personalized support part, then it's going to have to be paid.
Yeah, and so, this is something, Sinaida, our director for elementary technology, was with us when we saw this tool. She thought it was really neat too. So maybe it might even be something if we're interested in trying to do like a pilot or, maybe with a campus or some classes, just to see if this is a tool that teachers might be interested in.
One of the nice things that I noticed that I really liked was the personalized support, and that ties in a lot with our blended learning and personalized learning new modalities that we're adding here at the district. So it will be cool to check it out. I'm checking it out slowly, but I can't wait to become a little bit more of an expert on Kira as well and see what they have to offer.
Yeah, because this is brand new to us too. So today's session is not to show you every little thing about every little tool. It's to kind of give you a little taste of what's out there. And then of course, if Kira is something that we can use at the district, and we feel like it's great, we'll of course do more trainings on that as the, year goes on or even next year.
Perfect.
So another tool that this isn't brand new, but they do have some new aspects is the Notebook LM. If you're not familiar with this, you will really like this tool.
We love it.
Yeah, we do. We use it a lot, and I'll actually go in and show you this one, just a tad of what we have done with it. So I'm going to just get out. But if you see, you can create notebooks And this really helps you generate videos, PDFs, user websites, YouTube videos, audio files, Google Docs, Google Slides. It will create anything for you. And it's also good for students like as a study guide it can be used for. So you have over here audio overviews, video overviews, mind maps, reports, flashcards, quizzes. The slide deck is a little bit newer, infographics, data table.
Yeah, I
So-
love Notebook LM.
We do. We had to create some videos for the alternative certification,
Mhm.
and we were able to use Notebook LM. And I'm here in my notebook. I just have a little notebook. Actually, I did for TCEA 2025. I put some of our information in here. You upload your resources, and I asked it to do an audio overview, which is kind of like a podcast. So I just want to like listen to this for like a couple seconds.
That one's a video.
Oh yeah, sorry. That's not the one I wanted. Thank you, Val. Go
You're
back to the
welcome.
studio.
Which is really cool too because it creates slides
it
and
does.
then tells you and trains you on whatever topics. And one of the things that I love about Notebook LM,
And you can see I created several.
Besides what right now Debbie's going to show us is you see on the sources on the left, that just uses whatever you give it to generate this. It doesn't grab anything else from the internet.
Yeah, and as you put the sources in, you can check off if you don't want all of them. Maybe you're doing different projects or different things.
Yeah.
You can select. And we'll do more training on Notebook LM. This is, like I said, just like a quick pick, and our time goes fast.
I don't think you're sharing your sound.
Oh, shoot. Let me, thank you. Let
You're
me
welcome.
share.
To be about ophthalmology today.
No kidding.
Okay, can
This
you hear
section
now?
on binocular vision
Yes.
dysfunction, or BVD, was wild. Leslie shares this personal journey of discovering a medical issue that I think a lot of people might have without realizing it.
That's the scary part. It's often misdiagnosed. The symptoms list in
I'm gonna
the
jump
reader
ahead a
can
little bit.
focus on the meaning.
I love that. And while we're in the Microsoft ecosystem, the slides briefly mention the immersive reader picture dictionary feature as another layer of accessibility.
A simple but
So-
powerful tool. You click a word, say tiger,
So it creates whatever material you had. And Leslie Fisher was one of the presenters, and she has the special eye. And she goes over that because then she goes over tools, to help students with, with differences. So it took the information from her slides that we had here and turned it into a little podcast that the student, that we could listen to. And you can interact with it as well. So I can actually come in
and it
As I'm
literally shows
playing-
you a picture of a tiger.
and interact. Let's see how fast we can do this because I know I'm already spending too much time.
No, but this is cool, Debbie. I love this. Specifically, like if you want to share it in Google Classroom with the students, as long as they're of age, they can do this themselves and interact with that.
Oh, wait. Someone wants to join. Hey, go for it.
Hi, my name's Debbie, and I was at the session with Leslie, and it was so
Allow the
awesome.
microphone on the top.
Oh, thank you, Val.
You're welcome.
Hi, this is Debbie, and I was at the session with Leslie, and it was just a great session.
Debbie, that is so cool.
Oh, welcome. We are so glad to have you.
We were
See,
just
so now
about
I'm
to dive
part
in.
of the
That's
podcast.
amazing.
You got to see the presentation
Yeah.
firsthand.
That's fantastic.
What I love is
We're
like
actually
whatever
taking
you're
a selection
talking,
of
you can put
slides.
your opinions, whatever you read, and you can ask them questions and they can give you answers too. That's really
Yeah.
cool.
So we'll do more trainings on Notebook LM with a little more step-by-step, but that just gives you a little bit of an idea. It's just AI on, steroids. I don't know. It does a lot for you. So it is a pretty cool tool. And I'm not going to show you the videos that we made, but it will create a video with the audio and everything already created for you as well.
Ooh, I see free trial in this one, Debbie. That gets
Yes.
me excited.
So DFIT is not new, but it does have some new features. It has like a workspace feature now, and you can go back to the old way. You like that way better. But it does have a premium 60-day trial. So DFIT is also an AI tool, and it uses, it generates custom educational resources for you. So you can get different kinds of worksheets, different kind of activities for your students. And of course, this helps with differentiation as well. This would be a tool you can use also in blended learning. because you can take the skills that your students still need help with, and you can differentiate like activities for the different levels and the different needs that the students have.
That is so cool.
Yeah, I really like that one as well. So this is the new look of DFID. So now they have this like workshop look, and it looks more like a Chat GPT or, Gemini kind of. But if you don't like this and you were used to the classic version, you can click up here and go back to the classic version of DFID. So you have both flexibilities in order to do that. And they have some different tools. Maybe this is easier because it helps you look more for what you need. So you have that ability. And like I said, we're not touching base on everything today on how to use DFID, but we'll do more sessions if that's something that everyone's interested in. But try out that free trial. 60 days is quite a long time. So you can get that for the next pretty much 3 months and try the full version. The free version is still pretty good too. You just have to copy and paste stuff a little bit more than being able to download it. Another person that I always look forward to going to see at TCEA, her name's Janet Corder. And if you want to follow her on X, I did put on the last slide some people that are interesting to follow. She had a session on using tools to support your inclusion students. Now, next week, I am going to do a session on those tools, which will be a little more step-by-step. I'm going to choose some of my favorites and show you those tools. Today, I just wanted to give you access to her slides. And so you can see there's quite a few slides, but it has a lot of different tools to use for differentiation with students with different needs. So you can kind of scroll through and you can see there's text levelers, there's IEP assistants and Conmigo, there's it just keeps scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and there's tons of tools here. So now with these slides, you have access to this slide deck as well. Rewordify is an old one, but like we forget some of these tools, and we can come back and relearn those and use them because they're good tools. This is a one that I had on the cover there. This is accessibility tools by the Merrills. They were our guest speakers at our conference this year.
Oh, they're so
and
nice.
They are. I really like them. So this was from a Twitter post that they had, and it's like a little chart that shows you the different accessibility tools, like for reading and language. Here's a list of different tools. So I just like it's all in one spot.
That's super cool.
I thought this was a cool chart. So that's in there for you in the slides.
And this isn't the same one for Janet Corder, right?
Yeah, so that's one of hers that she presented as one of her tools, which I really like that about Janet because she brings in a lot of experts in different areas. And, that's how we learn, is we learn from each other. So those links are there for you. And like I said,
those are great people to follow.
Yes. We will, next week, I'm going to actually do a session on some of those tools. I'm going to go through, pick out my favorites. So look for that session next week in March. It's March already.
Oh my God.
These were just two of the tools I thought were kind of cool from that. Beep is, it will just allow you to record, and you can record in Google Classroom, Google Docs, and Gmail. So it's a little tool. The links are here if you want to check that out. You can also get the Chrome extension for Beep and have that available to you. Zip Captions is another one. It's pretty simple on Zip Captions. You just click this little microphone and you start talking, and it types out everything you say. So you don't even have to create an account or anything. So if you have a student that is maybe has auditory, some issues with auditory or can't hear as well, you could, and of course they're going to have to be a reader because, this would be reading the information for them. But it's just a tool that could pick up the sound and it records right away. It just starts, typing everything you say. So I thought, well, that's pretty cool. I like that little tool. So quick and easy. So give those a try if that's something that you think might be an accessibility tool that a student may need in your classroom. And the last one that I'm going to go over, and I'm going to turn it all over to Val. This was just another link I wanted you to have. This was also from Janet, but she got together with some different into technology integration people here and gave us a list of all the tools, their favorite tools.
That was such a fun session.
It was fun. And then she had this Padlet, and there's a link here too. I'm not going to go to these two because I need to turn it over to give Val the rest of the time. These were the audience's favorite tools. So, and some of people didn't put links or put what it was, but if, just it's kind of interesting to see what people's favorite tools are out there. Because you might learn something new just by seeing what they type. And then of course you can go Google it and check out that tool.
I didn't even notice that power. I don't remember that it was having it there. Thank you for sharing that, because that's super important. That's great.
Yeah. So all the people at that session were able to go in if they wanted to and, type a tool. So cool. I am now going to turn it over to Val, and I'm going to stop sharing.
Cool. Let me start sharing.
There was so much. I mean, in this little half an hour, we can't show everything we learned, but just some of the favorites is,
There's so much we can try to show, and there's so much to learn and try. And what we try to do in our department is see things that we can consider that will be best for you, our teachers and our administrators, that is out there, so you don't get overwhelmed. So this might be a little overwhelming, but there's a lot of new stuff that is really cool for us to check out. So in here, I went to several sessions from Amy and her sister. I was going to say her daughter. And one of the sessions that I clicked on, or that I went on, let me go in here so I can click on this, was the board on not board. And I really like this session because thinking about blended learning and thinking about the way that we're going in our district, this implements choice boards, and it allows you as an educator, and even us as specialists, how to do a choice board where people can select mainly in the areas of need a different way to answer some of the questions. So like there was, I think I put it in the next slide. Let me see. Yeah. So they created this choice board with Stickity, and I have never seen Stickity. Debbie already knows about Stickity. That was new to me, but it creates really cool stickers to be able to put in your Google Slides, in your Google Docs, to focus more for students. For example, this little stickies in here are made with Stickity, like focus on instruction. So there will be a plethora of places that you can use them to have your students focus on that. And in this Food Chains choice board, they created this lesson, and it tells you right here, it's your choice. After watching the video, so you click on the video, you choose one activity from 5. Illustrator, storyteller, designer, field reporter, expert. Everything is linked in there, so students are able to just link. And then you have a must-do in there. Don't forget to also complete your Nucella assignment in Google Classroom. So they click in here, they go to the assignment, and they complete it. So they do 2 activities. Out of one of them, they decide how to do it. There's different ways. Draw a detailed food chain for a pond or a field and use arrows to show the flow of energy. And they can use the Stickity stickers to be able to use that. Or write a story, a what if, about a pond where all of a sudden frogs disappear. Or a designer, build a 3D model. Or field reporter, do like a breaking news. Or a tech expert, create a digital slideshow or a poster. There are different ways for students to express, and they can select. They have that choice and agency to select which way to best will work better for them. To me, that's key when we start giving student choice. And I don't know what my image didn't show up in here, but this one gives you access to stickity.co, and you can try it for free. There are some premium features, but the majority of them are free, and you're able to just put them in there and use them in your Google Slides, and I believe also in your Let me see where I was. In your Google Docs. After that, I wanted to showcase Magic School. Everybody knows that I'm Magic School, Magic School, Magic School, but I really believe a lot in the product and what they're having to offer. Lately, they've added a couple of cool new things that I've been talking about as well. So within having, and this has to be like if you have a paid version, you have enterprise, you're going to be having an operating system now within Magic School where kind of similar to what Kira is doing, the data for the students are there and it will personalize the support for the students specifically, and either if it's a student-facing chatbot or a tutor, knowing the scores that they got either in the district or in the STAR data, talking about start from the previous years, talking about your CBA, your benchmarks, even your diagnostic, you can add that data in there. And if you start creating little exit tickets, then it will also get the data of what activities the student is understanding or not. So all that data is being used to support that student in the areas of need specifically. They do have a lot of support for accessibility as well. And the two new things is create a quiz. So there's a create a quiz area, which says still on beta, and you generate quiz depending on a standard or a topic, but you can add slides. So a lot of the things that we've been seeing in our blended learning walks are activities generated in, or just grabbed from iReady. So think about, you got that Ready Texas or Texas Math activity from iReady, but you upload the file into Magic School Quizzes, and this is free. It's not even in the premium. It will generate a small quiz or an exit ticket. Think about it of a 2-3 question exit ticket that the students can answer. You get the data as a teacher. The students know also if they answer correctly or not, depending on how you set up that quiz. And the other one that is not showing up here for some reason is, I don't know, the writing feedback. So as you can hear, this moved with the animation, but the class writing feedback is under the teacher tools and the teacher area of Magic School. And let me just escape so you guys can see a bit. It looks better in here. The writing feedback, you can upload a passage or a prompt or something, kind of similar to my ECR writing feedback bots, but a little bit different. Right now, you can only add one rubric, and that rubric has to have the same scoring, and you can put multiple levels. So that's something that I'm telling Magic School that they need to edit. But if you have or you can generate a half rubric on just on organization development of ideas and just put the 0 to 3 in there, or even generate a rubric with the race or ask strategy so they can get feedback on the race or ask strategy. It automatically generates a feedback for you on, you put the passage, you put the question, and then the students write their response and they send it automatically to the students. So it's really cool. Not quite as cool as my ECR rating feedback chatbots yet, but I think it can get there if they give you the opportunity to either multiple types of values or maybe 2 rubrics in there. And the quizzes is actually under Magic Student right now. Magic Student still, everything is free. So start using it while it is. I'm not sure if they're going to change it or not, but it will be cool for you guys to check out. The next thing is Note. And I don't know what happened with my Note image in here, but you go to Note and it's also an AI tool that you can have podcasts created like in Notebook LM. You can actually speak with Kai, which is their little helper, and ask questions to it. It has assessments. There's games that it will automatically generate based on any knowledge that you want or activities. So this is another tool that will be engaging for students using gamification, also generate a lot of different things for them. But test it out, check it out. I believe if you sign up for the first time, you do get all the premium features to test out. And the next thing I wanted to talk to you about is myself and our boss, Anaida, we went to this EdTech Madness session where it was sort of like a choice board, and we're working and keep an eye out for next school year. We're going to start to incentivize people that join trainings, that that try and submit an example of how they're using certain AI tools or any EdTech tool to be able to get points and win a prize for themselves or for their campus. So we're still working on this all together. But the idea is this goes with blended learning. So we want to optimize it and showcases how it can work in different levels. Like we can use it with our teachers as they start learning these EdTech tools and AI tools, but how they can turn it around and use it with their students, leaving that student agency, creating that personalized learning for the students where if they know their scores, they will select from the activities what they have not mastered, and they have their must do in there and their might do's if they want to just expand a little bit more on things that they really like and just get better at it. And with 4 minutes left, I think I just want to say in here, these are some of the social media people that Debbie put in here. You can access to them through the slides, but follow them. There's a bunch of really good information that is happening. I see names from local to state to I don't even know what to say. National and international. That's what I wanted to say. And
there's tons more we can add.
There's
to the list.
tons
So
more people.
We might even add more before
like
we
didn't add Debbie and I. You need to add us because we're local, and you need to see what we're posting. And lastly, we just want to thank you for taking the time to spending this 30 minutes your afternoon with us. It's always fun to learn, but it's more fun when you're able to share it and have our educators get their perspectives. So have fun having all this stuff. And without further ado, I know that Deborah Pingle is going to be ready for a little raffle.
I am.